Hans Olsen, Scott Gerard, 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone. We are live here at Kenny J's Barbecue, the district in South Jordan. Come on down, check out this barbecue. It is flat out incredible. Some of the best barbecue you'll ever have. And it would, they've got a lot of food here. It may not slow down the metabolism of one Mitch Juergens, who joins us now, but he could probably do some damage here.
Oh, he would nail these burnt-in pork belly bits that are just incredible. Mitch, where are you, and how quick can you get here?
Dang it, Hans. I'm hungry now.
These are so good, man. They're candied pork belly burnt ends, and they are fall apart. They are delicious. I don't know where exactly you are, Mitch, but I will keep you a dish if you're going to work your way down here.
Hey, I might just have to look at the schedule and try and make some arrangements.
Yeah, we'll do it, man.
Let's make it happen. So BYU checks in at 7 in the college football playoff poll, the first one released last night. Is that about where you thought BYU would end up at?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, in the AP poll, getting up to 8, I thought they had a chance to be ranked a bit higher than some of those one-loss teams, and they moved them one. So, I like it. I agree with it. I love that Texas Tech is right behind them. I mean, this is an ideal matchup, and I honestly couldn't be more excited for this weekend.
You talk about it being an ideal matchup, and you've been a part of the BYU broadcast. How many years is it now? 8? Is it?
Yeah, 8 seasons.
8 seasons. We're looking at a 7-8. We're looking at game day. We're looking at a 11 o'clock Central, 10 o'clock Mountain Time kick. Have you been a part of a game that has this level of magnitude?
No, absolutely not. I mean, it's everything. I mean, I've been a part of games that were super exciting on our side, right? We're going into some big games, being the clear underdog and walking away with a win. Like I remember calling the Tennessee game back when Zach Wilson and Micah Simon there late in the game. Wisconsin going in, getting a big upset win there. I mean, those were big games, but that was for BYU as a significant. Just like they shouldn't have won that game because they weren't ranked. And then you draw it up here, and this is a top 10 matchup. I mean, the buzz is felt everywhere I go. I mean, I walk into work and everybody wants to talk about this upcoming matchup, and it's pure excitement. I mean, this is a once in a lifetime game. It feels like. The hope is they continue to, the Big 12 is on the rise, and that these matchups continue to happen down the stretch and even into, the next couple of years. But this is kind of new territory, and we're all feeling it right now, which is cool.
Kalani Sitake said earlier in the week that this is the best defensive line that they have faced so far this year. When you look at what Texas Tech wants to do defensively, look, they're all about TFLs, they're all about sacks. How creative is Aaron Roderick going to have to be to make sure the Bear Bachmeier stays upright? Or do you think BYU's got the horses up front to just be able to handle it straight up?
I mean, I think that's the question mark right now, because one thing that's been incredibly, convincing this year for BYU is just how strong their front five have been in the run game. And I say front five, I should say front six with Carson Ryan and his ability to move the pile as well. And their run blocking game has been so good, and so it makes for an intriguing watch this weekend, just given how dominant Texas Tech has been this season in stopping the run, but also how powerful BYU has been. And this BYU offensive line, I mean, they've as of late have gotten some pretty good credit, but I mean, this is a group that is, I mean, they're nasty. They're powerful. There's a lot of depth there too. I mean, there's so many guys, and they're coming into this game healthy that can get in there, mix it up, and with an additional week of prep and rest, like I have no doubt that they're going to come out firing. And I think the question mark is what does that battle in the trench look like? I feel good about BYU's ability to still move the ball. They've done it so well. The wrinkles that Aaron Roderick has been able to mix in. I mean, having a running quarterback like Bear Bachmeier, it's something that you have to account for as a defense. with the combination of him and LJ, some of the misdirection stuff, some of the, even putting LJ Martin as a lead blocker for Bear. I mean, that can make a really challenging task for Texas Tech to stop. So, I mean, I like the matchup, but it'll be, a true test. Who's got the real strength there on the line?
It feels like about a month ago that you, Greg, and I were on the broadcast in Ames, and you saw LJ Martin go down. You saw him head to the medical tent. I know it was kind of a somber moment for the broadcast because we're thinking, geez, how bad is it? How long could it be? And now you're hearing Aaron Roderick and others mention that LJ Martin is going to give it a go against Texas Tech. Your thoughts on LJ, the importance of him playing in this game, and not just playing in this game, but being healthy enough to do what LJ does?
Yeah, I mean, it's so critical. And by the way, on the news and the reports, like I was coming into this week just expecting that BYU would have to make do without him. And so it came as incredible news that he's healthy enough to give it a go. And I hope he can stay that way because it's a true difference maker with him on the field in so many different ways. I mean, I briefly mentioned his run blocking ability. But in addition, outside of that, though, he's a powerful, strong runner that defenses have to account for. And I do. I think he wants this more than anything. I think all those players on that roster right now, they recognize that this is one of the biggest games in BYU history, and they all want to be part of it, especially a guy like LJ. And so I'm sure, I have no doubt that he'll be playing through some pain. Just given, Hans, this, like, very rarely will you ever go into a game feeling 100% healthy. But in a game like this, I have a hard time thinking that anything will keep them off the field because they all want to be out there and contribute to such a highly touted and watched game this weekend.
As a receiver, how difficult if JoJo Phillips gets back into the lineup? There's weeks where he's been out and he hasn't been able to continue to develop that relationship with Bear Bachmeier. How hard is it as a receiver to get back in the mix and feel comfortable with that connection with your quarterback?
Yeah, I think it'll take some time. The hope is, that as long as JoJo's doing what he's supposed to do there, running the right routes, getting the right depth in those routes, and really just modeling his play after what Parker and Chase have been able to do, I think he can slip in pretty nicely in just being kind of to spell Chase or Parker in those moments. But if I'm Aaron Roderick, if I'm Fessy, it's going to be hard not to just ride the hot hands right now with Parker and Chase. Like, I don't know how much that's going to matter because they've been, those two have been as solid can come. And it's just been really, really exciting to watch those guys build the connection, build the camaraderie that they have and the trust that they have with Bear, because those two have been lights out. And with Bear getting more comfortable, like I think JoJo can achieve that status. I don't know how quickly that hits for JoJo, but it's definitely possible, and he's got the talent.
Mitch, I love having you on just with your insights and all your experience, and I love the fact that you get to wander the sidelines during games, jump on with Greg and I, kind of give your thoughts. And as you're wandering the sideline and you're walking past Jack Kelly or you're walking past Glasgow, two critical pieces in the remainder of this season. You've got to have them both, and they have to be clicking at a high level, especially against Texas Tech. Give me your thoughts, because Glasgow looked banged up. Jack Kelly obviously left later in that game against Iowa State. But give me your thoughts on those two linebackers, where you feel like they're at health-wise and how important they are this weekend.
Incredibly important. Again, I hope the usage of this bye week and the key timing is going to give those guys the right amount of rest and treatment. I hope those guys are living in the treatment room. I hope they were doing that this last week, and because they are. They're absolutely critical to the way that the defense performs, the way that Jay Hill has schemed up and utilized them in certain situations. They're incredibly hard to replace on the defensive side. And so at least having them out there is going to be good. But I mean, we've seen it. Isaiah, I would almost even say Isaiah Glasker. He hasn't missed time, like too much time, and he was never out for a game like Jack was. But he did look pretty banged up, and so I'm hoping that's not the case. I'm hoping that they can let the adrenaline kind of take over and be able to manage the pain that they're potentially feeling pretty well, because BYU is going to absolutely need them on the defensive side. And I'll say too, I mean, Sialia Serra, we saw the absence of him leaving the field this last game, what that did for the defense, and the kind of the big gap that they had to overcome with just recognizing his absence and with him being back as well. I mean, those are three linebackers that have all dealt with injuries, and hopefully that they're as close to 100% as possible, because BYU is going to need them.
When you're watching this offense, how much freedom is Aaron Roderick giving Bear Bachmeier at the line of scrimmage to make his checks and to change plays at the line of scrimmage? And if so, how rare is that for a true freshman to be able to have the intelligence to be able to make those kind of calls?
Yeah. I think it's pretty rare. I don't know. I mean, I go back to my playing days, and Robert and I, as the offensive coordinator, I don't think he gave those freshman quarterbacks too many opportunities to kind of do whatever they wanted. But you're seeing it. I mean, you're seeing it every week. You're seeing Bear have a little bit more control over some of those line of scrimmage, calls that he makes and adjustments and changes that he executes there at the line of scrimmage. And I think that just speaks to, one, his talent, his recognition of the game, his ability to understand and dissect defenses a little bit more now than he did at the beginning of the season. And A-Rock trusts him. I think the entire team trusts him. There's still going to be moments and situations where you'll see some critical timeouts that they call because they don't want to give Bear too much responsibility there. And I think that just continues to help his development because, yes, he's improving. Yes, he's an 8-0 true freshman starting quarterback, but that doesn't mean that he shouldn't be looked at as a freshman, because I still think there's so many development opportunities, and you'll see that with I think, Hans, we've even talked about this, like there are moments where they call timeout and they're probably feeding Bear the next 2 or 3 plays in some of these significant as the clock's winding down at the end of a half or the end of a game, because they recognize, like, we've got to take advantage of this timeout to coach him through these situations and scenarios, just to help slow the game down for him and take some of that, that thinking out of it. And so I'm sure we'll continue to see that, as they're not going to unload everything and give him full reins and full responsibility at any moment to do whatever he wants. But you are seeing that uptick week after week.
Well, we appreciate it, Mitch. Always good catching up with you. Okay, Hans, let me ask you this real quick. All right, prime Hans Olsen, 1999-2000 Hans Olsen, offensive lineman, professional football player, versus Mitchell Juergens here at Kenny J's Barbecue.
In an eat-off?
In an eat-off. Could you hang with him in your prime?
Is this before or after Mitch ran a marathon? Because if it's after, I can't hang.
Really?
If it's before, I think it's a wash. I think it's a push on calorie and consumption. But if it's after, Mitch's calorie consumption, I mean, we're talking 12,000 in a meal. Mitch, I mean, that's not a stretch, right? Like, you've pulled in 12,000 calories in a meal, haven't you?
Yeah, no, for sure. It's all about speed. As long as you get it down fast, then your body doesn't have time to recognize how full you are yet. So,
there you go.
I'm a speed eater, but I enjoy every fast second of that.
All right.
Sitting down with Mitch and Greg and having a post-game meal, it's about as fun as it gets.
Oh, I bet.
And we're lined up for Uncle Julio's coming up Saturday after BYU's victory, and we're all going to be taking in a lot of calories.
Mitch, you're the best. Thanks for joining us.
Hey, thanks, guys.
Thanks, Mitch.
Mitch Juergens right here on 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone. Because I remember you were like order like 4 or 5 Whoppers. Wasn't there like a Whopper challenge you did once?
Yeah. It was was it 2 for 2? I think it was 2 for 2 Whoppers.
Yeah.
But that was when I was a senior in high school. And I ate 6, but one of them had bad tomatoes on it.
Oh.
So I got food poisoning. And that was horrible.
Yeah. And it was probably the last one.
It was the last one that hurt.
It's always that last one that gets you. Hans and Scotty, we continue on Cougar Preview Show live here at Kenny J's Barbecue in the district in South Jordan. Come on by, grab some great barbecue. 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.